The most dangerous animal early humans ever turned into livestock was, basically, a cow. A cow that stood as tall as a person at the shoulder and could put a horn straight through you. This is the aurochs, the wild ancestor of every cow alive today. And before it became the patient, harmless animal in a field, it was one of the most feared large animals in Europe. And the story of how it went from monster to milk is one of the boldest things our species ever pulled off. Forget the modern cow. Picture an animal nearly 2 meters tall at the shoulder, long-legged, lean, and fast, with forward curving horns up to 80 centimeters long. The bulls were dark, muscular, and famously aggressive. Roman writers, thousands of years later, still describe the aurochs with a kind of nervous respect. An animal that did not flee from humans and would attack without much provocation. This was not prey that stood around waiting. This was a ton of muscle that came at you, horns first. For early humans, the aurochs was a top-tier hunting target and a top-tier way to die. The reward was huge: meat, hide, and a place of honor. Because killing one took real skill and nerve. The aurochs shows up again and again in cave paintings, including the famous bulls of Lascaux, drawn enormous and powerful. Clearly, an animal that loomed large in the human mind. You painted the aurochs the way you painted the lion and the rhino, with respect, because it could kill you. And here is the twist that makes this animal different from every other beast in this series. We did not drive the aurochs to extinction and walk away. We did something much harder. We tamed it. Somewhere around 10,000 years ago, in the Near East, humans took this dangerous, aggressive, person-height wild bull and began, generation by generation, to breed it. They kept the calmest animals, the ones that tolerated people, the ones that did not charge. They culled the aggression and bred the docility, over and over, for thousands of years, exactly the way the wolves at the fire slowly became dogs, except this time humans were running the process on purpose. Slowly, the monster shrank. The horns curved down. The temper drained away. The lean, deadly aurochs became the heavy, gentle, slow animal we milk and herd today. Every cow on Earth is a tamed monster. But the wild aurochs itself? It did not survive. As farming spread and forests were cleared, the wild population was hunted and squeezed until there was almost nothing left. The very last wild aurochs on the planet died in a forest in Poland in 1627, one of the few extinctions in history we can date to an exact year. So the aurochs has the strangest fate of any animal here. It went extinct in the wild and conquered the entire world in domesticated form. There are more than 1 billion of its descendants alive right now. It lost completely, and it won completely. Think about what that took. To look at a 2-meter, horn-swinging, person-killing bull and decide, not, we will hunt this, but we will own this, and its children, and remake it into something that works for us. That is not strength. That is the most audacious long-term plan any species has ever run on another. We turned the thing that gored our ancestors into the animal in the children's picture book. The aurochs had the size, the horns, and the rage. And we answered it not with a bigger weapon, but with patience measured in thousands of years. The monster is gone. The cow is everywhere. Same animal,